It's a mini John Cooper Works Clubman R55. This is a funny one. You should change the downpipe. Stupid cyclists. Now these are nice. These guys are nice. Hi guys! What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to this POV review by AutoTopNL. My name is Martijn and today we are taking a look at my second car because, as you may know, I personally drive a Range Rover Supercharged, but this is my fun car. It's a mini John Cooper Works Clubman R55 from 2012 and I have it since January 7th. And I have already done a POV review with this car. If you haven't seen that one, please go and check it out if you want to know all about the stock car. Because today I'm going to walk you through what I have done to the car to improve it, what I have done to fix it, what has happened to the car, and what my experiences are so far. So it's been like 9 months since I bought the car and I have done quite a bit to it, I think. Okay, let's walk you through the exterior stuff. Because if you have seen my earlier review of the stock car, there are some exterior parts of it that I absolutely hate. And it's mostly the chrome parts on the John Cooper Works. So this is what I have done to improve it. If you look at it now from the front, I think it's quite a cool car to see, but let's check it out when I first bought it. Nah, not so much. So why does it look a bit more angry? Well, that's because all the chrome is now blacked out. This ring right here, this little piece, the air scoop, that's fake. It's closed. The whole belt line of the Mini, this is called the belt line, which is normally one big piece of chrome. This also is chrome. This is... It's all been blacked out. This is now blacked out. And at the rear, I blacked out this light right here. Well, it's been smoked. It just looks a bit more muscular. And the barn doors, as these are called, have also gotten black handles. So what else have I done? Well, little stuff to just make it a bit more special, because I now have the John Cooper Works badge right here. Didn't have that one before. And remember that stupidly large antenna? It's gone and I replaced it with a stock sports antenna. Yeah, I don't know why, but you can get a sports antenna at Mini. I'll show you the invoice, but that's just stupid that you have to buy that. That's an accessory. Okay, that's all the stuff to make it less girly, Barbie. Let's talk about the manly stuff. Yes, I've done some manly stuff to this car. Well, I've done some stuff to improve the fun, actually. It's not about performance, not entirely, but it's mainly about fun. So as you've seen with my earlier review, I was a bit disappointed with that John Cooper Works exhaust. So for this one, the R55, you cannot get an Akrapovic exhaust. You can on the R56, so that's the 3-door version. I wanted an Akrapovic, but you just can't get it. So what I've done is switch the downpipe, and that's actually a much more important piece or part when it comes to sound, because the downpipe, I feel, is like the throat of an engine, and you could consider the exhaust to be the mouth. So if you want a full throaty sound, you should change the downpipe. And it's, I don't know if we can see it, but it's the piece in between the turbo and the exhaust. So this is where the turbo is. There is a downpipe underneath here. So that's why it's called a downpipe, going down. And it's the one with a catalytic converter. Because with my previous Cooper S Mini, I went for a catless downpipe. But You know, these engines, they use a bit of oil, and the smell and sound of oil burning in the exhaust, it's not really that pleasant. And when you have a small catalytic converter, this is a 200 cell unit, then you don't have that problem anymore. What I also did is get rid of those horrible front tires I used to have and switch them for these Pilot Sport 4 Michelin tires. I know we've talked a lot about the Pilot Sport 4 and 4S tires, and you might think we got sponsored by Michelin, but don't worry, I really paid for these myself. Yes, I did. And it, you know, it's quite an expensive tire, but the ride quality improves by so much when you put on these tires. It's absolutely insane. It's not the widest tire, as you can see. Not really. What are they? I don't even know. It's 205, so that's a skinny tire. But that's to improve the handling. You don't want a wide tire because the steering just gets a bit numb when you do. Okay, so Junk Up Works badge right there. On the interior, I haven't done that much really, because it's an awesome interior with these Junk Up Works Gp2 seats. These are the ones from the Gp2, and this was an optional extra in the normal Junk Up Works models, but it was insanely expensive and nobody went for it. I keep my invoices in the car always, because I personally like it when I buy a car that all the invoices, even the ones from like small stuff like an oil change, I just want them to be there. So I keep it all right here, and let's talk you through the costs I've had, because when you buy a second-hand car, don't be surprised when you spend like a few grand on, you know, freshening it up. I always do that. This is a funny one. Well, not really actually. My girlfriend wanted to wash the car because it was full of bird shit. The windscreen was, when it was like 38 degrees out, and she threw a big bucket of cold water over the windshield. And this is a curved windshield with the minis, so they tend to break when you do that. So I got a huge crack right here when she did that, and that cost me 305 euros. What also happened in that period, 38 degrees out, so the aircon decided to shut down, and that costed me, what is it, 200 euros? Yeah, so altogether 732 euros 66 cents, including labor and taxes. Yeah, that was quite an expensive one. So this is the one to like freshen it up. So engine oil, air filter, interior filter, brakes, alignment, stuff like that to really improve the car. 850 euros and 53 cents. Thank you very much. What else do we have? Yeah, this is the sports antenna. So that was 24 euros. This was installing the downpipe and adding the software so that I don't get an engine light because I have a different downpipe. And I did an improvement on the oil hose that goes to the turbo. And this is the Akrapovic 200 cell downpipe. That was, including taxes, 695 euros and 75 cents. So you might think, wow, that's expensive, man. That's bad luck, but you know, it's not. It's just maintenance that had to be done. Nobody is going to sell their Mini, which are already quite expensive to maintain, when it's like fully maintained. You know, everyone gets rid of their cars when the next service is due. So just be prepared for that when you buy one of these. Have a few grand extra to do all the freshening up. Okay, so let's get driving and let's see how the ride has really improved with all these changes. So I've got my phone holder right here, and that's because we are going to do a 0 to 100 measurement later on. First, we are going to that tunnel right there to check out the sound of that Akrapovic downpipe, because I'll give you a little preview. That's a lot better than stock. Wow, angry cyclists. I'm doing 70, you asshole. It's 80 right here. Stupid. Why are cyclists... What the hell is this? What the F are you guys doing? Jesus Christ, morons. So I'll give you a little lighting. I've got my good camera right here, and with the stock exhaust I did a little rev video in the tunnel, and I'm going to do the same with this, with the Akrapovic downpipe, and you can judge whether it's worth that money. So if you want those little burbles, you have to turn on the sport mode, but the downside of turning on the sport mode is that it also gives you the sport throttle mapping, which I think is way too aggressive. If you even touch the pedal, it gives you like an insane amount of power. So it's really hard to like feed the throttle. What I also don't like about sport mode is that the steering gets stupidly heavy. And back then BMW had their electric power steering game totally wrong, because it was just way too heavy in all M cars and all sporty cars in the most sporty mode. It was just like weightlifting. It didn't add any feel, it took away the feel. So I prefer driving this car in normal mode. So let's talk about the handling and how it has improved with my changes. So it's a lot quieter, it's a lot less busy, that front axle, and that's because it has those Michelin Pilot Sport 4 tires, and I've replaced all the rubbers and bushings on the front axle. So that has improved the handling by an insane amount, because before that I thought, why doesn't this car have a limited slip diff? It's just understeering every time I'm producing just a little torque. Oh, don't want to break that window. But that's gone now, thankfully, because I just couldn't put the power down in corners. Just going to open the windows just a bit for some extra sound. I should have gone on a rainy day. Stupid cyclists. No, these are nice. These guys are nice. Hi guys! And like exiting a corner like this, that was just, I would have ended up right there in the bushes without all these changes. So if you think your car is not really all that nice to drive, maybe consider freshening everything up. I'm going to close them up again so you can hear me a bit better. What's also really nice is that heel and towing is really easy with a Mini, because the brake pedal and the throttle are really close together, and the brake feel of the pedal is really nice with these JCWs, because you have those big brakes with those big as red brake calipers, and they offer so much braking performance and feel. Never ever you have to give it like full brake pressure. So I guess my front tires are nice and hot, and we can do a measurement with our draggy GPS box right here, this little box. I'm just going to put it on my roof. There we go. And that little device gives me a 10 Hertz GPS signal. So that means I can do very, very accurate measuring. Okay, so it's going to connect to the satellites, and I have to engage sport mode. Don't like to, but I have to for maximum performance. And what else do I have to do? I'm going to completely turn off traction control. So press it once, you get sport mode, but if you hold it down for, what is it, 5 seconds, it says DSC off. And you don't have any nanny interfering with your power output. Okay, so I guess this is a nice place to test 0 to 100. So I don't do a lot of 0 to 100s in this car. So hope I get it right. It should do 6.8 seconds. Let's see if it's capable of getting near that number. Going to give it a bit. Here we go. It's not reaching 100 in second gear. I have to shift again. Ah, that's a pity. Thought it was pretty fast actually, that launch. Here we go. That's too much wheel spin. 7.7. It's the same story as with my last review. I'm just not getting the numbers. Top speed was off by quite a lot with my last review on the Autobahn with this car, so I'm not too sure it has all the power it's supposed to have. So yeah, I guess that's my focus for the future. 7.7, 7.8, that's just too slow. Alright guys, that was it for today. Thank you for watching. If you want one of these draggies with a €15 discount, go and use code JCW and click right here to get one. If you want to see another video, click right here and subscribe by clicking right there. Thanks guys, bye.